Welcome back to BT on this Tuesday. Meredith Shaw Sitzek-Saro here with you. Good morning, Canada. Good to see you. Question to you at home. Did you recently get an email with this line in it? I'm going to read the line. We are writing to notify you of a data security incident that may have involved your personal information. Did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Mary got it.
Got it.
That was from Ticketmaster last week. Many customers did. And here with ways to protect ourselves against these all too common occurrences is tech expert friend of the show, Lisa Chang. Lisa, great to see you again.
Good morning.
Great to see you. I got the email.
Yes.
Made me nervous. We talked about it on this show. This is, not just, a Ticketmaster thing. This is happening a lot more often. So why is this one, though, in particular more serious?
Well, this one regarding Ticketmaster is more serious because this is the second one that's happened in a matter of months. But now you're going beyond what's called personal identification information, which is generally your contact information, your name, your surname, email addresses, phone numbers, things like that. Now what was breached is your financial information, so your credit card numbers and things even as specific as expiry dates. So that's where the real concern comes into play. If you've sort of tracked where technology has been over the last, several decades, data really is king. So with hackers, they want your information. They're constantly looking for your username and password. Here they were given financial information right in their hands.
So sometimes the data breaches can just be personal information and not financial.
That's
and this
right.
was both. Okay.
This is both,
Okay.
yeah. That's where it becomes serious for sure.
Yeah.
It seems like there are more of these. Are there more of these? And why do you think that's the case?
Well, the statistics over the last 5 years are staggering. They are doubling, tripling in percentage increases. But what we're seeing from 2022 over to 2023 is there was actually a 20% increase and double the amount of victims as well. So when you're looking at data breaches, yes, they're definitely more common. There's all kinds of fraud that's happening out there, but you have to ask yourself why. So when it comes to this specific data breach with Ticketmaster, the fraud was really around supply chain fraud. So what that means is that they were employing a third-party agency to store our customer information.
The third-party agency.
That's right. And so, whether you're looking at our digital habits or business digital habits, everything is becoming a lot more automated. For a business specifically, that's cost efficiency, right? But then that once again becomes very easy for a hacker to break into those systems and get your information, which is always what they're after. Now, in addition to that, of course, there is more creative ways to come up with ransomware, spyware, malware, which is what the hackers use to break into these systems. And AI is certainly helping with that.
Getting much more sophisticated.
Absolutely. And then again, going back to our behaviors, if you look at how much we're living online, there's a lot more entry points to getting our information. Take things like even your thermostat at home. Your email and your customer profile information is attached to that. A hacker can see when you're home, when you're not home.
Sure.
There's all kinds of things that are happening that makes breach a lot more common.
Oh gosh. Okay, so what do we do? I'm like thinking of my thermostat right now. I'm like,
Mary.
yeah, my thermostat does have a whole bunch of information because now we went online, so we
That's
can
right.
control it from our phone.
That's right.
Convenience, but
Yes.
convenience has a price.
Yes.
So what are we doing now? How do we protect ourselves?
Well, the great news is that the control is really all in our hands. So first things first, we want to stay alert. And what that means is we want to keep our eyes on our bank accounts and our credit card statements like a hawk. I'm usually the one to say, take those push notifications off your phone, but in this case, you want to put those push notifications on when it comes to your banking app. You want to get any information. If there is an unauthorized transaction that's been made, you want to action that right away. If you are also keeping an eye on your banking statements, make sure that if it's on your phone, you're doing that in a private space, not in a public space as well. So that's key. Again, anything that's unauthorized, report it right away to your bank, the company maybe that was involved in that transaction, as well as authorities if it's super serious.
When you say public space versus private space, what do you mean by that? Your phone?
Yeah,
your own personal phone as opposed to like a library computer, or what do you mean?
So if you're checking your banking statements, make sure that you're not in a space like a public library, a coffee shop. You want to be at home or somewhere with a private VPN.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, make sure that everything is super secure. Next thing, we want to make sure that we are securing our accounts as well. So easiest thing to do, and yet the hardest thing to do is change your password. We have to make sure that we are diversifying our passwords as well as our email information. So many of us are just automatically making purchases, autofilling, allowing these websites to save our information.
I love the autofill. I gotta
Right,
be
so
honest.
do I.
Would you like me to do it for you? I'm like, yes, I would. Yes, I would.
I'm
Big
guilty.
fan.
I'm so guilty of that as well. And of
Right.
course, phones are making it that much more easier and auto pay and things like that. But we always want to make sure that we're manually putting that in. You're never saving that information. And when it comes to your email address, maybe getting a separate email address to do these purchases as well, or changing your address completely is the right idea. So diversify your information for sure.
For sure, Lisa. Time is not our friend. Forgive us. Where can people find you online?
It's Lisa Chang on Instagram.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So aside from that, everything's great online. Don't worry about it.
Definitely follow her. She's got all the tips.
Yes.
And we got to come up with another password, Sid. That's what I got to do today.
Yes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add that at the end. Lisa,
Star.
have a good day. Star. Yes. More BT coming up right after this.